Last year, the Flat River turned out to be one of my favorite rivers. It is strong current, it is super fast. Look at that. I feel like the camera doesn't do it justice how fast it's going. There are loads of tree tunnels, there are some rocks to dodge, there are a couple dams that are pretty fun. There are even 2 covered bridges that you can see along the trip. It's actually really fun. The first time I paddled up, in my previous video, you can hear me even saying that I want to come down, exclusively downriver on the Flat River, just because the current is so strong. So I did that. The first time I came down the Flat River, I started off at the White's Covered Bridge. There's a fairly easy put in there. There's a little bit of a dock. You can just sort of slide right in. It's not too bad. That trip wasn't quite long enough for me. I like something a little bit longer. So for the next 3 trips, I headed up to Smyrna, Michigan. It's just a few more miles further on. This is one of my favorite trips. There are very few houses or anything really along this river. For the most part, you're paddling through beautiful trees and wilderness. I just really love it. I highly recommend this paddle. Lowell is a great place to stop and have a little bite to eat afterwards as well. But the real reason I like the Flat River is because it makes my face look like this. So in this video, you're going to see 3 separate kayak trips because I had such a good time on this river. And this is where I started. This is the Fred Meyer Flat River Trail. It's off Button Road over in Smyrna, Michigan. There's a place where you can pull off and then follow this little trail and you can put your kayak in right down this little path. It's a little bit of a steep bank, but once you get down there, it's a super easy drop in. I did have to clean out my skeg a few times because some dirt got clogged in, but it's really not that put in. I've put in worse. I've just put into the Flat River. I've readjusted some of my camera equipment here. It is an absolutely beautiful day. It is the last day of summer, September 21st. It has rained all last night. The river is high. I am looking at it and it is up to the high point marks on the different sides. You can tell on the rocks where the river had been, and it is up there. It is nice and high. I suspect that this paddle will be a quick one. Today I am paddling from Smyrna into Lowell. I will show you where I got in, and yeah, it's going to be a great paddle. Already I have some geese yelling at me. I'm going to turn the camera around so we can stare at them and maybe yell back at the geese, maybe talk to them politely. Either way, this is a good day. Guys, I love this river. I love this river. Today we are going to try to hit some tree tunnels at great speed. The first stretch of this river is going to be a little bit slower. I have White's Dam to compete with against paddling, which is coming right up. There's going to be 2 portages. There's going to be the White's Dam portage, and then there's going to be the Fallasburg Bridge portage. Fallasburg Dam Bridge portage. The fall colors are starting to show a little bit more aggressively, and it is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait for the upcoming fall paddles. The trees look amazing. Today I brought some good food for lunch. I brought some carrot ginger soup. I brought a hunk of homemade bread. I brought some grapes. I brought a little portion of brownie. I have eaten too much sugar on a paddle before and felt nasty. So now my trick is to do my chocolate lightly. Light chocolate. In my defense, the trip that I started feeling nasty because of the sugar. And my mom had made Rice Krispie treats the night before, which she insisted that I take. And it's not hard to get me to take Rice Krispies. I love Rice Krispie treats, and I think she knows that. But she also had some Butterfinger bars, those little fun-size Butterfinger bars. So I just ate too much sugar that trip. I did not feel well. I ended up getting out earlier than I wanted. But hey, the trick is to paddle while you are happy. Paddle happy. There's no reason to be depressed out here. Ah, so beautiful. Coming up on a little drop. This one is easy. I love this river. There are many shallow places. There are some spots where you have to watch out for how shallow it is. But today, after all this rain, I am not worried about it, even in the slightest. Got this big drop coming up. It is a fun drop. It's pretty much a non-straight drop. I usually come at it a little bit here on the right, but yeah, look how fast this goes. Down about a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet. Oh yeah. Just a little bit too. Why not? Why not? It's definitely high enough today. Whoa! Almost high enough today. Oh, beautiful river. Beautiful river. Oh. Hoping for more like this the whole way. One thing I love about the Flat River, so a lot of the rivers that I paddle, the Grand River, Shiawassee, let's see what else, yeah, mostly those two, and the Flat River. Most of the rivers that I've traveled on are about a 2-foot drop per mile. Flat River is a 6.5-foot drop per mile. It is fast. It is fast, it's fun, it's wide enough that you can have a lot of fun. It's skinny enough that you don't feel like the Grand River, where you're just all over the place. And here is our first deer. First deer in the first mile of paddle. Hello, deer. Hi. Hello. You don't need to be afraid. I just want to film you. Alright, I'm gonna see how close I can get. Nope. He's like, nope. Nope. Peace. I think she. Whatever. Beautiful. Beautiful. But that's what you expect out here on the Flat River. Nature galore. Nature galore. It is pretty much wooded from Smyrna into Lowell. There are going to be a couple residential areas. There's a couple cool parks. You pass under 2 covered bridges that are delightfully beautiful. The whole way is like this. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but these trees all look shiny because of the recent rainfall. It has just rained before I arrived, and it was like it's made to order. It rained before I arrived, raising the river, coating everything in some water, making it all shiny and drippy and beautiful. And now the clouds are gone. I feel totally lucky. I feel lucky. And here's some tree tunnels. We're just going to keep recording for some tree tunnels. wind, a little bit of haze. Probably about 75 degrees right now. We're supposed to get up to 80. Tomorrow, it looks like the high is 60 degrees, which I would actually love to paddle in 60 degrees. I'd just bring my sweatshirt. It was alright. I think I am going to go out paddling tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think I'm headed out to Lake Ovid, and then after that, I'm going to go look for a real job. Paddling hasn't paid yet, but soon. So that is the goal. Releasing these videos in the winter, get people excited about paddling, about nature, the environment and whatnot. Makes me want to keep this river beautiful, keep all these rivers beautiful, so I can enjoy these tree tunnels for years to come. I am 42 now. I think I can paddle for 20 more years, at least, hopefully more. I think about retirement. Nah, let's not talk about retirement. Let's not talk about it yet. It's not here yet. Alright, I'm going to take that straight shot instead of the tree tunnels on the left. Because it looks like I got a little bit of rocks on the other side that I'm happy to speed over. In the words of 90s Jake, I am bout it, bout it. We're coming up now on the Double R campground. This is a campground that you can stay at. It looks to me, when I passed through here last time, it looks to me that these are a little bit more permanent. I see permanent structures like sheds and porches built onto some of these. I'm trying not to get anybody's personal stuff too much. But this is the Double R campground. There is a launch up ahead. When I checked their website, they do have places down by the river that you can rent. Come around the corner, here's the Double R landing, 100 feet from here. A little sign for it. I can see it straight ahead. They have trash cans, but I generally have no treasure by this point in the river. Hasn't been enough river yet. Come through this tree tunnel so we can see it nice and beautifully. And I am going to take this moment to take care of my skeg, which is stuck because I slid in. And a skeg is nice to have. Pedal up, and I will talk to you guys momentarily. Alright, I just fixed my skeg. I'm now paddling towards these geese. Ooh! And our first Huron of the trip. Again, not even a mile in. Maybe a mile in. But let's go take a look at this Huron. Up close and personal. It'll fly away quick. There she goes. Beautiful. Geese are already getting nervous. I will see them again soon. I love it when the geese take off downriver. That just means I get to annoy the crap out of them again. I fear getting pooped on a little bit. I feel like that's what I would do if I were a goose. Would he keep following me down the river? Airbomb him. But these are Canadian geese, so maybe they're not quite as militant as our American geese, which is good. I have 3 hawks in the sky in front of me, just riding the wind currents. I think this is the height of beauty. I think the large birds along the river, the birds that you don't see in the city that you forget even exist, and here they are just playing. This is one of my favorite things, just being out here and seeing what people don't see. Alright, hooray for hawks. Further on now, we're starting to feel the effects of the Fallasburg Dam, but I just spotted our first treasure. I think you can see it straight ahead of us, a couple of bottles. I'm gonna grab them and get on. Ooh, this one still has juice in it. Still fizzy. Still fizzy. This is recent trash. River cleanup. Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be me and you. All right. Got all the trash I can find. We're gonna get back to it. Yeah. All right. First treasure of the day. Nope. See one more. It's a compulsion. If I see him, I gotta grab him. Okay. Back to it for real now. Next stop, Fallasburg Pond. Looks like I can fit in here to a bunch of them. And if not, oh crap! No, it looks good. Uh-oh. A hidden vine. What can you do? That's alright. I have been having so much fun. Haha. Quick turns, I didn't quite right. Alright. Looks like a little shallow spot. Shucking. I went to one of the best weddings of my life recently. My buddy Scott got married. He married his high school sweetheart. It was a good time. It was one of the best weddings that I think I've been to in my life. It was a very small wedding. It was fun. It was short. I knew most of the people there. I knew all of Scott's side. I knew zero of her side. That's all right. That's all right. Tree tunnel. Ooh, this one's iffy. This one's iffy. It looks like there's a bunch of stuff on the other side. We're gonna give it a try though, because that's what you do when you come out here. You just give it a try, see what happens. Oh, I'm gonna get the camera on the other side of that nubbin. Perfect, perfect. But yeah, this wedding. Okay, so I've been burned on some weddings before of, hey, we're gonna provide food. And then the food they provide is like a piece of bread and some butter. Okay, maybe not that bad. So I was preparing for just cupcakes, and I always now, whenever I go to a wedding, I prepare for just cupcakes. So I prepare by eating a whole bunch of food ahead of time so that I am full and happy throughout the wedding process. But
of course, my friends have better taste than just cupcakes. Sorry, I'm harping on these cupcakes. These were like the fancy cupcakes, the 50% cake, 50% icing cupcakes, and they are delicious. They're the kind that you cut in half and do the half thing. You know what I'm talking about. Cupcake sandwich. Don't get your face completely messy with the frosting. But in addition to these cupcakes, they had one of the greatest charcuterie layouts that I have ever seen. There were meats, there were fish, like smoked fish, there was hummus, there was like so many different kinds of cheese. Like the cheese that you go to a cheese shop and you think, oh man, someday I'm gonna get some of that. They had a purple cheese, they had some blue cheese, they had some brie cheese, they had all sorts of the hard cheeses. Like, I don't want to say Parmesan because it didn't taste that strong, but there were a couple other hard cheeses that I just absolutely loved. They had meats, they had prosciutto, they had salami, they had all of the little Italian smoked meats. There was an olive tapenade, there was, like I said, hummus, there were a couple little spicy sweet things to put on, there was different kinds of bread and crackers and everything to load it onto. It was classy and fantastic. It was absolutely delicious. I was very happy. But it was a great wedding. The ceremony was maybe 45 minutes, maybe less than that. But it was fun. They kept it lighthearted. The preacher did a great job. It was just very relaxed and fun. Anyway, I was happy to see them married. They are on their honeymoon now. They rented a cabin up north, and I am envious. Neither of them have kayaks though, so I don't even know what they're gonna do up there. All right. Woo. I bet if somebody sees that baby shoe, they may wish for it. On the little kid's water shoe right here. What do you think? Could I pull it off? Pink and blue? All right, onto their property. Hopefully it's their kids. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't think I littered. I just moved litter to a different location. Place where my head will go. Help. Worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. Huron just came around screaming. Scared the crap out of me. Hey. And the face. In the face. Just where I like it. That sounded dirty now that I think about it. Nature is great, guys. This is why we should keep it. This is why it's such a good idea to keep it. Amongst other reasons like breathing, eating. Just the look of it is worth it. Look at that. The wind has picked up quite a bit, and I am now paddling through some little wavelets. It's kind of fun. Thought I'd show this off a little bit. It is blowing directly at me. Paddling straight into the wind. No, this is still gorgeous.
The paddle up to the dam is basically a lake. I was all excited for some wind, but it quickly died down into these little tiny waves and then later turned to pretty much glass.
We are just about to come around the corner here to the Whitesbridge Covered Dam, or the Whitesbridge Dam. It's a covered bridge. I'm going to turn a little bit so we can see it. There we are. Straight ahead is a building with a flag, and that marks the dam. We're going to be portaging on the left-hand side. If you paddle up here, it is clearly well marked. There's no worry about this dam. You'll see a sign, and the portage itself is very easy. It's off on the left-hand side, like I said. They have dumped some pea gravel that makes it easy to get out and paddle up. The last time I was up here, I wasn't quite sure where the portage was. Private property, portage only. No fishing or loitering. What? I can't have my lunch here? Okay, I'm seeing an arrow on these steps, and I think it's telling me to get up over here on these small pebbles. You have a little portage sign here. All right. So, I did a little bit of searching, but it's actually very easy. I can see it from here. All right, I am here at the Whitesbridge Covered Dam portage. I'm facing the pond right here. My boat is pulled up here on the rocks. The portage is easy. It is around this curve and down this hill. Straight over there to some water. After that dam pond, this is absolutely fantastic. Full of sparkling water, not because of wind, just because of fast water. It is not even shallow here. I'm getting 2-3 feet easily with my paddle on the way down. It's just fast here. And come out to the river and enjoy it.
What you're seeing here is actually the fourth Whitesbridge. The first bridge built on this location was built by a pioneer family named the Whites. It was just a basic bridge to get across the river. The second bridge was a more functional bridge, but it was destroyed in an ice dam one spring. The third bridge was a covered bridge that looked almost exactly like this bridge. That bridge was built in 1869. It was completely destroyed by fire in 2013, and police ruled it an arson. The current bridge that stands here today was built and completed in 2020, so it's really not that old. And it's really easy to tell because of a complete lack of penises drawn on most of the surfaces. If you want to start your paddle around the White's Covered Bridge, there's a large parking area and an easy put-in just down below the bridge. I highly recommend it. One thing to keep in mind, there are no public restrooms. If you gotta go before you get here.
Fast, fast, fast. I love it. We're gonna slalom these rocks up here. It's really hard not to love this. Come on out to the Flat River. I love that they call this the Flat River. It is anything but flat. A misnomer. Oh, we got another Huron. I'm gonna see if I can catch him. Or her. Alright, beautiful. Paddle right up to you, so you take off and get a beautiful shot. Hello. Hey, Huron. Hi. Alright, oh, another Huron. The second one just flew out of the woods. Beautiful. Alright. Look at that. Look at that. I have a whole bunch of video of me telling you to look at that. Just check this out. I always end up cutting it out, so I don't know why I say it. But these views are just beautiful. I can't wait to see a little bit more color in the trees. Huron just flying up over the top of the trees now. Good times, good times. Kept the GoPro attached. That's the important thing. Tree tunnels. What could go wrong? I really ought to have my GoPro tethered to my boat, but that is one extra step. Ugh. I feel like it's going to be one of those things that I regret sometimes. Alright. Another sweet tree tunnel. I love tree tunnels. I feel like that is what keeps me paddling. This is what keeps me paddling. Couple more. This is something I really love about the Flat River, is that it is 87% tree tunnel. Oh, a fun one. Okay, multi-double. Okay, and I just knocked the GoPro off, so that's what I was afraid of. Alright, and I do not have a backup sticky thing, so today I will be paddling the rest of the way with the chest harness. I might just skip it because I have loads of chest harness footage of this river. Alright, I am coming up under another tree tunnel right here. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. got knocked off. Luckily, it got knocked right into the boat. This is why I should have it tethered to the. This is why I should have it tethered to the boat, because getting knocked off in a tree tunnel, it could have gone into the water just as easily, and then I would have been out of the kayak looking for my GoPro. So today I learned. Right after I said why bother, I realized why we bother. All right, it's all right. I've got plenty of sticky stuff at home. I will remount this to my kayak later this afternoon.
This is the area right before the Fallasburg Covered Bridge. As you can see, there's a little island over to my left. Most of the time, the area on the other side of this island is too shallow to be navigable, but today I noticed that it was nice and wet. I checked out some rocks, I made sure that I could get over them, and just went for a little exploration back here behind this island. If this area is navigable, I strongly recommend it. It's fairly beautiful, but I'll just let you check it out here.
One side warning, despite the peaceful nature of this area, there is a mild crane panic attack at the very end of this little path. My sister calls me, so be prepared for a phone ringing.
Oh, he's mad. I'm coming for him again. It's the only way I can go. Just chill, I'll go right under. So angry. So angry. Oh, rock and roll. Came around the corner, there's a little rope tire swing. I'm sure that this is all private property, but cool view. Rock and roll. I will happily do that again. Happily. Nope. Phone call time. right, my sister just called, told me that somebody gave her a whole bunch of free Cuban food, and she was calling to rub it in. But luckily, I'm just pulling around the corner here to Fallasburg Covered Bridge Park. I'm gonna pull up here, I'm gonna eat the food that I have, and take a little bit of a break. Yes, today is turning out very nice, very nice. I'm really enjoying this whole sunshine, this whole extremely pleasant weather. It is about just pushing up to high 70s. It does not feel too humid. It's just beautiful out here today. All right, scoping out the best place to pull my boat up. I know it was pretty easy right over here. What does the sign say? Does this sign say no boats? Probably not. Boat launching permitted. Awesome. Awesome. It is a sign saying that I can do this. Wonderful. I like that. I feel like signs are usually telling you what you can't do. But, hey. Welcome to Fallasburg Covered Bridge Park. They do things a little different here. Alright, it is just about 2 p.m. exactly. I have made it to Fallasburg Covered Bridge Park. I am about to stop here for some lunch. Oh, we get to watch somebody come over the bridge. Here they come. The sign at the top of that bridge says you have to go through at walking speed, and I think they went through at jogging speed. I could not have made that myself at that walking speed. For shame, I'm calling the police, and then I'm eating lunch, and then I'm emptying my kayak out of water. Forget it, I won't call the police. Not this time anyway. I took on a little bit of water. My butt is wet. I hit a rock when I should have been paying attention, and half went in the water. But it is always a good time. I do not mind getting wet. I'm wearing these shorts that are perfectly fine for getting wet in. And yeah, now I'm hungry. Now I'm gonna eat. Let's do it. All right, here's today's paddling feast. Today I have carrot and ginger soup. I have a big old wonk of homemade bread that I made a couple days ago. I got a brownie that looks like it has heated up and fallen apart. I have grapes. I have water. I am excited. I'm about to do some eating and enjoying. So yes, I will see you guys back in the river in a moment. Just put back in. I got my headphones in. I got Lucretia McEvil by Blood, Sweat, and Tears playing in my headphones. It is nice. It is nice. All right, I got some slow paddle up to the dam, so I'm gonna save some battery.
On this trip, I had a nice little paddle up to the dam. Nothing really happened. But on a previous trip, I raced this little pontoon boat around the bend and had a bit of fun. So let's watch that instead.
Trying to beat this pontoon boat to the corner just for the fun of it. My skeg is stuck in the up position, which means I have to fight against sloppy steering. Kind of wish I could put it about halfway down, but this section of the river is lake-like. As you can see, I'm paddling through glass. The wind is nothing. The clouds are beautiful. I'm totally gonna beat this dude. Totally gonna beat him. He's gonna have to come up behind me. Oh, I totally won. They're about to catch up. That's alright. It's been a good way to keep pace for this slow part. Trying to make good time through here. This is the slow part. This is the part that I just kind of want to get through because I know what's coming up. Because what's coming up is a fast part. The pontoon boat is there off to my left, and while they have gas power, my arm power is running out a little bit. Get some water, do some more relaxed paddling, enjoy this beautiful day. One of the last times I was down here, I saw a whitebird, and it looked like a heron, and I, for a moment, thought it was an albino heron. There's a whitebird over here. It looked like a heron when it was standing, but I'm not quite sure what it is now. I'm gonna go check it out. It's probably just the way the light is. It's probably just a regular heron. That might be an albino heron. I'm not quite sure what that is. That bird is pure white. I have never seen a white heron like that. It turns out that it was egret, I think. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I might be right. I might be wrong. I might be crazy. But it just may be the egret that you're looking for. Jake on a lake, ASMR. Got a paddle on the left, paddle on the right. Paddle on the left, paddle on the right. I hope you like that. I will be talking in ASMR voice for the rest of the paddle. Super soft spoken and kind of low. Perhaps my voice will lull you to sleep. Perhaps the wind will make you wake up in a cold sweat terror. Alright, but here's the pond. It goes pretty far this way. I'm seeing maybe a mile and a half. I'm guessing a mile and a half.
So after about a mile and a half, you come to this part. You can see the dam over there on my left, and this little island off to my right. Between this island and the dam, there's a bit of a peninsula straight out in front of me. And now as I turn a little bit, you can see the square of a little dam portage sign. The dam portage is actually tucked into the left side of this little peninsula here. If you try to come around on the right side of the peninsula, you can see that it's all swamp and it's really tough to paddle through. So be sure to go around the island and get stuck on this little log. Ooh, there we go. And a little push. And get yourself around to this little stony gravel patch straight on up ahead here. It's a very easy portage.
And look at that. That is one of my favorite things in the whole world right down there. Walk over and take a quick look, see how we're doing today. Yeah, that dam is raging today. Absolutely raging. That is beautiful. The dam is huge, letting off loads of water. I'm gonna get in on these rocks over here. There are two islands here, 1 and 2, 3 different paths. The last time I was here at the beginning of the summer, the path on the right was completely blocked off by trees. The path in the middle was a little bit shallow. That's the one I pulled my boat up. And the path on the right was completely clear and super fast. It's like all that dam water hits right there on the path on the right. I'm excited. I'm so excited. All right, finish up my apple and get to it. Ooh. My boat is ready to go. I am too. About to get in. All right. This is what I face. It's right after this dam. There are just loads of waves. I'll worry about my shoes in a minute when I get going. All right. This spot right here is where it gets wonky. Like, you're paddling straight, the river's pushing you anyway, or pulling you, or something. Oh. Alright. And here's the whip around. Every time, this is my favorite. Every time. Here we go. There's a drop right here. You can feel it. I love that. And it's more like that all the way into Lowell. It's more like that all the way into Lowell.
And since it's my favorite part, here it is from another, well, here it is from the exact same angle, on the same boat, on the same part of the river. But, I don't care. I love it. Here you go.
Oh, yeah. And zoom. 5 miles an hour, easy. Basically, it's just correct your steering at this point. Yes. Okay. And for the rest of the trip, I'm just going to get a couple tree tunnels and call it good. Branch extended further than I thought. Not bad at all for what I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to make the short one. Barely made that one. All right.
And now, coming around the river, singing cake loudly, only to find a man and his dog.
I have passed the test just like all the rest, but never really understood the reasons why I took it in the first place. Guy and his dog. How are you? Grapes. Days and grapes and grapes. In a haze of love. Whoa! Almost lost my grapes. River grapes. Branch. Not bad. Slowed me way down though. Got a limbo under this one. Gonna go the right way. Ooh, I don't want wood in my grapes. Zoink. All right. That's silly. That's silly, guys. All right, we're paddling up to Lowell. Up around this bend up here, we'll be able to see the giant granary stacks, which I find strangely beautiful. I think it's a great way to end this paddle. The last time I came through here, I stuck to the river left to try to be on the other side of the marshy area up here. I don't recommend it. It's not nearly as easy as going to river right and then just cutting over through a little bit of the marsh. I'll show you what I mean. Forget you when. Okay, so yeah, last time I came, I went back through this area and yeah, there's all sorts of marsh on river left up to the dock. And so I thought I'll just get around going through the marsh by going on river left. No, river left goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a little bit shallow in a lot of spots. River right and then cut through the marsh at the end is the right way. Right, I believe that I am paddling up to another egret. It is beautiful, it is white, and it looks just like a crane or a heron. Ah, so beautiful. It may take off here in just a moment. It is straight ahead. Ah, look at that. Ah, I love this. What a great way to end the paddle. What a great way to end the paddle. Ah. Do my fingers go? Are they strangers or lovers? Do they drive your car? They swimming? All right, I don't want to freak them out. They're all paying attention to me. Ah, so beautiful. So beautiful. Getting my turn on now. All right. Looks like we have some ducks hanging out at the dock, but I'm about to crash their party. This has been yet another great paddle. I have had a whole summer full of them, and I am just loving this. Excuse me, ducks. These are tame ducks. All right. And there we have an end of the paddle. This is where you get in on this portage. It is right by the side of the dam. Don't trespass. Trespassers will be electrocuted, is what that says. Especially if you can't read. This is where we get in. This little piece of wood right here. It's a great place to set the back of your boat as you slip on in and then push off. All right, next stop, middle of that. Okay, maybe not middle of that. I'll pass by it. I like to go to
As always, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please feel free to hit the like or subscribe button. If you see me in real life, let me know and I will give you one high five. Well, one high five for free.